So here in the documentation, we have a node called extract URL. And here, in fact, it will simply allow me to extract the URL. So that's the name of the node. And here, when I run it, it will extract the URL for me, as you can see right here. So the URL is right here then. By the way, we'll have a small part of the video here, but afterwards, of course, it might have been necessary to add or create 2 or 3 videos actually. And each sequence will be in a separate video. This way we can actually see the overall details of the video. So that's a little bit about it. In fact, the display of 11 seconds was created and it was done in very high resolution. And here is a cinematic aspect actually that was done. So for this video, what I'm going to do now is go to a node that is very interesting. It's about recording this on then Google Sheets. So remember that here, if I simply put sheets like this, you'll see that I'm going to add a new row. But this time we're going to go to another one, still in the same document. That's for sure. And now we're going to go into production, and you'll see that here in production there are quite a few files to upload, so we'll call it. So log video from sheets. And right here we can simply and easily fill in all of the necessary information. So, by the way, right here in this section, the specific concept title will go here. Then the hook will go right over there. So let's dive into the full story. It is officially concept story time right now here. So I'll put the video prompt here, Seedance ID should go here. It's this one. So the URL of the video we created, that's going to be this one. TikTok caption, that will go here. So for the status post, we'll just put pending because it's still in progress. It's not published yet. And here, actually, if you want to put today's date timestamp, you'll just use this variable here. It's very well known. Actually, it's a function that automatically gives you today's date and time. So I think we've done everything. We just need to actually execute this step. And I see that there you go. It should create. Here is a second row. So now we've just saved everything. What remains to be done is that now, of course, I can work on what I want to publish on social media. And for that, we're simply going to use Blotato. So Blotato, that's what it is actually. I'll put the link for you. You'll find the Blotato link in the description when you click on the official website. And afterwards, you can create an account for free for a whole week with Blotato. What's really interesting is that when you click here to connect your social networks, you only have to do it once. It will give you control so that your entire system is connected to Blotato. So as a result, every time you use Blotato here, it will have the ability to publish directly to your network. I'll show you, it's actually very simple to do. I'm looking for the button, and you'll see that with Blotato, you'll first need to install it. You'll find a little button to install. So really, it's an official node. Look, almost 60,000. In fact, the installation has been done, and now if you want, you simply choose to create a post. So when I click here, you'll see that, for example, we can start by making a post on TikTok. I come here, I select TikTok like this, and now I have to choose. The TikTok platform says that I am on TikTok. It will detect all the TikTok accounts that are connected to this system. I choose the account I'm interested in, and then I need to enter the text. So here we have the caption, so we'll put it here. And what's also very interesting is the URL. The URL is here. And of course, I can also do the scheduling. I mean, schedule the sending of the video. If I want to schedule it, I can also mention that it was written by AI here if you want. And then you click on execute. What will happen is the same thing. It will be executed. By the way, here when it runs the system here, we'll also simply add a little wait. We'll put a wait, for example, there, the deals. If you were to put that on for about 20 seconds for example, then I am definitely going to have to call it right then. Wait. Creating a TikTok video, making a TikTok post. There. And I carry that task out. We're going to put in the information that's just before, and now we're going to go to Blotato, or rather here. In my account, you'll see that here I'm going to have the posts that are currently being published, like this one. There you go. When I click on view, you'll see it will show me, wait, that's the old post. I'll come here to refresh, and there you go. I'll actually find the new one, which is right here. Very, very good. I click on view, and there you go. So I have the post, and look here at the caption. It's very interesting. In fact, it actually gives me the caption information that's behind it. Very nice. There you go. It's a generation that's done in a very pleasant way. And so now, when I finally make my way back to this specific spot, or rather as we re-enter the interface of our internal system, once we are here, we are simply going to carefully retrieve this video file to actually install it and ensure it is properly saved and stored. So here we're going to do as usual, block it, and then there you go. I'm going to fetch the post. So here we're going to retrieve the TikTok post simply here in the ID. I'll put this ID. There you go. What's the goal? It's just that afterwards I want to put this data into my Google Sheets file to keep a record. It's a normal thing to do. So here we've retrieved the post, and now I'll simply add it to a Google Sheet. There you go. Actually, we're going to update the entry this time, which is why I'm going to choose this specific option. All right, let's get this updated. There you go, and we are actually going to go ahead and update our file as we always do. So I am going to select my production live file right here to make sure we capture all of the necessary information. And then once that is done, we will actually need to navigate back to this specific one over here. So here I need to put, remember that we put, I'll include all of this specific information here. So I'll place it right over here so it can be properly captured by the system. And then it will successfully locate it for us. Actually, this will change the status. So for the status, I'm going to put it here in the status field, location. This information here, it's either published or it's a file, okay? And most importantly, we're going to put the URL. So the URL, we just retrieved it. So remember here, this get just gave me the public URL. That's where my system actually put it. So I'll put the information here to point to the post. So everything else we can delete. We won't need to update this data. So preferably we delete all of this so we don't overwrite them. That is all for now. So we can run the program and see the results. And then, oh yes, right here we need to check this part of the code. Actually, we're going to do the mapping manually, and we have to specify, be careful, you're going to Seedance, you're looking for that one. That's so it actually searches for the row that contains that information. And so here it is published, and it just put it in. So now I would need to add it on Instagram if I want to, but that's optional. Personally, I recommend that if you want to do it on Instagram as well, it's the same video and everything, so you'll get more visibility. So from there, what I'm going to do is I can start over actually all of this. Look, I'm going to copy and paste. I come here like this. I remove the pins here. We won't need them. There we go. And now I am going to connect this piece just like that. But right here, we are simply going to change it to Instagram. So in this specific spot, we will put the Instagram link. And there you go. It is all set up. There you go. We'll change this to Instagram, not just the platforms. We'll put Instagram and then it will pick it up. So for example, the Instagram page I'm interested in is this account here. For the rest, I leave the same information here. We're going to do a weight. This is an Instagram weight, same thing. There you go, Instagram post, and we're going to run this one already. So now it has actually sent the request. We're also going to start the weight. You'll see that now, if I come here, if I start refreshing, we should see an Instagram appear. That's why we use the weight. For the weight, you should add a bit more than 10 seconds. It would be better to set, let's say, a maximum of 1 minute like this. We're good. The longer you set the weight, the more guarantee you have. so it takes a bit more time. Let's check here. So now here, there you go. It just sent a new one that will appear here on this page. Now we're going to fix this issue right here, and then over here and here as well. Actually, we need to retrieve the data, so this specific part will be for Instagram, as we can see. We are going to execute it. Check if the video has been published or not. Not okay yet, so there you go. So this, it would be good to close it here. So we're not going to set it to 10 seconds, we'll set it to 2 minutes, because if it takes time, we'll use it. And if there's a problem, we can find it here. While here, if it causes a problem, so far we haven't had any problems. And if ever, in fact, there is a problem or something like that, we can find it. So we'll give it time to update. And there you go, it just came out. If I click on view, there you go. I'm on the Instagram account with the post that was added. It's nice. I think it's really, really good. So right here, as you can see, it was actually done quite correctly. Well, listen, I really think we can go ahead with this plan now. So we'll just come back here later on and we'll simply continue the process from this point. The very last line, it's here. So what needs to be changed here? So I'm going to click on refresh. Look, I refresh like this. It will give me back. We click on add. So actually, what I need is to change the status here and to change the URL here. So for the URL, maybe here. As a matter of fact, what we really need to do is completely eliminate this. And instead, we need to execute our custom function. There we go. Very good. Don't forget here actually to move this up in this as well. We'll set it to 2 minutes, at least 2 minutes like this. So we're good. So I won't need this. So let's delete it. And so regarding the configuration of the status side, this time we'll put the status right here and completely remove this unnecessary element. And there you go. As you can clearly see, the public URL is going to look exactly like this. I'm actually running it at this very moment. There we go now. So as you can see, it has finally been completed correctly. And there you go. It just added actually. So the publish here, it's been set. There you go. Now we actually have the URL as it should be. Very good. So here, the workflow, we have just successfully completed the entire process 100%. So now that we have finished everything here, the next logical step we need to take is, look, I can simply go and create an exact duplicate of it just like this. And then we will label this new version as demo number 2. Or 2, I like this, there you go. So this is simply my workflow. What I need to be careful about is removing, of course, all the pins like this. Otherwise it won't work. I'm removing all the pins from the entire system. Very good. There we will do it very slowly like this. First one pin and then this one a pin as well. That is very good. So now we have a system. Watch what I'm going to do. You see here in the webbook, I can see because of the green product URL. So now the system has switched to product URL mode, and as a result, it's ready to be executed. So that's the first thing to do as well. Now I just need to check here which information to keep. I scroll down here and check the full MCP. I need to activate it, otherwise it won't work. It was absolutely necessary to activate this so they could connect it with MCP mode. On top of that, I'm going to come here, click on publish. So now I'm publishing, and there you go. My system is now online. It's online, so look at this URL, the one that's in production mode. Right there, I click on this specific button right here to switch the setting over to production mode. Once that is done, I'm going to copy it. There we go. And this time, I'm going to head over to the Cloud interface and actually input this specific command into the system. Look on Cloud. I'm going back to my project. Actually, is this one, and here in the project. Look, I'm going to tell it that now you're going to send the work directly to, so, n8 meters. And here's the name of my workflow, and here's the final production URL. And I'm telling myself, on your end, you're sending the real information. So now you'll see if I click here to say, let's go, here's what will happen. It will automatically start the job and actually send it as well. The system on my workflow here. So the workflow, if I click on execution here, I'll see that new executions are going to take place. Well, I don't want it to process the same thing we just did manually. That's why I'm actually going to add this for it. A new instruction to tell it to start doing it from tomorrow. Look, I need to come here. So I go up here and tell it that every day at 9 a.m. you will create a new concept with a new analysis. And here you send it to the n8n workflow and you will use the collection. And I tell it that you will send the data directly to n8n. I give it the name of the workflow because I gave the workflow a name here. Look, this is our name. Careful, it's 2. So we have to create exactly the same thing to avoid making a mistake. There you go. It's going to be the same thing here. And so this is the production URL. And here I'm telling it to be absolutely sure. So here I'm telling it that every day at 9 o'clock. So if I click on these parts, it will create what we call a schedule, meaning it will set up the scheduling. I need to find it here in this section. So now look, it's actually in the process of creating this system. I'm waiting for it to finish so I can go and actually check in this section. And there you go. It has just been created. It's scheduled. It actually has all the instructions to follow. And that's really great. It's really, really interesting that with this system, we've just managed to achieve 100% creation. So imagine you have an intelligent system that handles the posts, of course. You always have to think about improving your print, about imagining more scenarios. You always have the cloud by your side to help you so that the workflow is perfectly suited to your needs. Today, we have a workflow for a video sequence with audio, but we can add voiceover, we can create subtitles. It all depends on our field and our exact needs.